Yo, what is up guys, it's Losker, welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to make you the best Samurai Jack you possibly can be right now. I'm going to give you every bit of information I know as someone who's been playing this character quite a bit. I have quite a few games on him at this point. To be honest, if there's any YouTuber you want to watch about this character, it's me. I play characters like this all the time in every single platform fighter. I love these sword long range attacks. That's why I play Finn. That is why Samurai Jack is my secondary. So I'm going to be giving every single piece of advice I know, how to play with him, how to play neutral with him, his key moves, his archetype, why you should play him if you're interested in him, and yeah, just kind of gonna be going over as much as I can. So first right off the bat, I'm gonna go over his strength and kind of like what archetype he is. So he's kind of a sword fighter, a bruiser kind of character. The thing about him is that he does not have super insane true combos. Like if you look at a lot of his combos here, you kind of get, just like with Agent Smith, you kind of really only get up attack out of jab. So it's kind of, you know, you're kind of going for a lot of reads, you know, you're not really just going to be getting true combos. So yeah, you're based off of getting these stray hits basically. So he's very long ranged, has a lot of options to, you know, like threaten your opponent from a distance. There's a lot of different anti-air options. In general, if you feel like you're more confident with a sword and having more long range attacks, this is your character. He kind of reminds me of like a mix between Cloud and Sephiroth from Smash Bros, because I feel like one thing I was feeling on him is that all of his options and all of his coverage is really good. He has basically an option for everything, and he has a lot of different really good fast choices in neutral. But it's all kind of topped off by this nair, this you know, spinning nair move that kind of leads into dodge reads, into, you know, different options you can go for afterwards. So it gives him not only long range options, like his jab 1 is insane, by the way. His up attack is nuts for anti-airs, and so is his down special. So he has all these different moves that are fantastic for anti-airs and approaching and getting people off you. So like he really has no range he's like particularly weak at, I feel like, besides like very far range, because at that point he can really only side B. On to the next section here. So I'm just going to go over his main key moves here. So in neutral, right, what you're going to be spacing for is you'll find that this move is insane. I've noticed a lot of Samurai Jacks have kind of defaulted to using jab, unfortunately, which is just how it goes in MultiVersus. But if you guys can tell, this move, you know, really broken. And of course leads into his jab that you can extend. And you can also do jab 2, up attack, and then get a combo out of it. I mean, I didn't really do a combo there, but yeah, you can get like a nair, you can get like another up attack, you can get down specials. You can just basically go for anything you want afterwards. I'll show more on combos later, but yeah, basically you have that. And as you guys saw, another one of those key moves is up attack. It reminds me a little bit of Finn up tilt. It has very high range. A little bit laggy because of the second attack, but it does 8 damage. You know, hits really high in the air. Has a lot of different uses for it. Can lead into combos, can ground bounce. Great move. Another move that's kind of the opposite of that, kind of from the air, we got down special. This move also ground bounces. And the hits directly below him. Yeah, I don't know if it always ground bounces with DI, but it's kind of nuts. I'm not gonna lie, really good move. I think this is really insane. And I mean, if I'm gonna mention down special, I might as well mention this move. You'll use down air off stage sometimes, trying to edge guard people, or even trying to combo sometimes. But this move is not really that good in neutral, so I wouldn't really recommend using it unless you're trying to go for an extension. And then next up, as I was talking about before, you guys nair. That's one of his other key moves because it leads into dodge reads. I like to land with nair, wait for them to dodge left or right, and then follow for up attack. You can also do the same thing with down special, wait for their dodge, and then just kind of extend from there. And then most of all, this is the move people really talk about the most, this is side B. This move is super cheap. Hits from across the stage. Really hard to punish. Can lead into jab 1 for some reason. I think this is probably his best move. People say it has counters. Yes, it definitely does. There's definitely counterplay. The best thing you can do against it is parry. So if you're dealing with the Samurai Jack who's annoying you with it, make sure you try to parry that shit, because that's really one of the only ways you can counter it. And that's pretty much going to be one of your main ways that you're going to be getting in as Samurai Jack, is you also have your Sair. I was also going to talk about that, is that you have your Sair you can use. This move is pretty good. I like to use it sometimes whenever I'm trying to space out my opponent. For a dodge jump in, it can be pretty good as well as an approach. Like so. You can go for stuff like that. So how do you play neutral with this character? So if you're playing grounded, right, you have jab 1. This is one of your best options. If someone jumps in on you, you have this. If you want to skip neutral, kind of, you have this. And you also have this, your dash attack. I think his dash attack's not too bad. It's definitely underutilized. Does 10%. Can lead into, you know, if you kind of mash out, wait for your opponent to kind of like walk into you. It can kind of like, you know, lead into more stuff. Side B, like I said earlier, you can get stuff off of it. You can go for side B into side B, and that could work sometimes. And again, you can get extensions off of side B as well. Yeah, I always love to use the side B as a combo ender because it really is just so safe. And like, look at this hip. Like, if you try to punish this move actively, it's a very, very hard move to punish. So a lot of the time, you'll be going for something called a whiff punish. I'm gonna get a little bit more into terminology with this section. I'm gonna be talking about a kind of more like advanced thing with Samurai Jack. Is well, basically this side B is what people would call neutral skip, right? So if you played Street Fighter, it's your drive rush, right? It's your, you know, dodge jump in. You know what I mean? It's your kind of fast option to get in quick on your opponent, right? And the thing about a neutral skip, right, is that a lot of the times people will use them to fake a punish or make you think you can punish them and then just roll out and not get punished. This happens, I mean, in literally any game, right? It's called a whiff punish. So I'll side B in front of your face, you try to jab me, I'll just roll and then just get a jab, right? So a lot of the time you'll see Samurai Jacks doing is they'll whiff a side B and then they'll wait for your attack and then just dodge out. You also have the option to side B, fake an extension, roll out, and then get a jab right after that. So a lot of the time, whenever you can't really get in with this character, especially if there's just like a very wall-like character who's playing good keep out, really the only thing you can do most of the time is just do this and look for a good side B. So you'll want to be using your aiming and using your mind games to kind of get in your opponent's head on where you like to move your side B. You can side B even backwards sometimes, away from your opponent to dodge whatever they're going to whiff you with. And then go back with a dodge, cancel into a move. Again, use this move to fake out your opponent. I do the same thing on Finn all the time, and it's not nearly as strong considering his side B goes less distance. But since this move goes so far and it's so hard to punish, and if you guys didn't notice, look, the tip of the sword goes farther than Samurai Jack. So punishing him is so hard during this move because you can't reliably get in the range of it. So again, it takes a lot of experience to punish this. Real only way you can consistently get a punish out of it is if you down air him. So again, just look for anti-airs and make sure that you're aware of this mind game. Sometimes you're going to want to be landing with aerials, and the aerials I like to use to land with is his Sair and his down special are both really, really good. You can also go for his down air sometimes because it ground bounces and is a little bit faster than down special. You can also go ahead and IAD Nair to go for combos. That could be pretty solid, I think. Now, how do you start combos? So like I said, his best combo starter has got to be his down special is pretty good for starting combos, but I also really like his jab 2 into up attack. As you can see, he's still in hit stun the whole time. We can test this whenever we turn off dodge. I think can sometimes be DI'd, so keep that in mind. But look at this, it's true 100%. And then whenever he dodges in, you can go for a Nair to cover his dodge. So I'll just do a few different lab combos and try to, like, you know, show you what I would do with him. I'm just going to kind of freeball some lab combos and show you guys some that I think are really, really good. Also show you guys some that I've hit in game. And generally just like some stuff you can kind of copy or look at for yourself and try to learn. One thing that's also really, really insane, by the way, is that after you get this, you can hold side B as a dodge read, and then you can get down B true out of it, pushing an insane advantage. So I'm going to show you why this is so good. Okay, so you hold that. Hold side B. You can literally use it to finish off the stocks after side B, especially because it fits the hitbox so well. So always keep in mind you have this move to finish off reads after side B. I think up B, up air is really strong. Because if you land a up B, you get an up air true out of it. Which means that you can basically juggle people and cover their options really well. Because you have bunch of moves to condition with, so just keep that in mind. Finally, I kind of want to go over a little bit on how to recover, because I feel like that's kind of important on this character. So obviously one thing, a resource that people don't really talk about for lower players to use in this game is dodge jumps. So I feel like this can be probably the best way to safely recover on Samurai, because you can threaten a side B, you can threaten a lot of things out of it. I like to do this on sword fighters because you have a lot of really strong options, so it's always good to be as grounded as possible. It's always really important to be grounded on this character, because I feel like even though he does have his Sarah and a lot of other options in neutral, it's always really good to be able to dodge jump and be back on stage and not have to worry about, you know, being stuck in the air. Samurai Jack is kind of a big body. I mean, look at him. He's got a pretty big hurt box, so you don't really want to be kind of sticking in the air above somebody a lot. And you also want to keep in mind the thing I said about earlier with his side B. You can use it to condition, but you can also use it to recover a little bit. It goes quite far, and again, it's hard to punish. It's very tough hitbox in A. All it takes is you to angle it down on the second usage of it, and then they can end up taking like 10% for free, get sent to disadvantage, not much they can do about it. I also want to talk about this move real quick, his neutral special, which I think is quite strong actually. It's a counter move that's armored and allows you to basically get crazy reward, and also if you use it whenever you have focus, which I'll talk about right now, you get a lot of reward. So again, I just want you guys to know, like, this move should not be slept on. Like, I don't know enough about it yet, and I haven't gotten to learn how to fully utilize it yet, but it basically starts combos. Like, it has armored startup, so obviously you don't want to use it whenever you have no dodge, but it can literally just start combos whenever you don't read the option and they don't like attack you, you get a free combo starter. Like, this move has really no, I mean, the only real weakness is that it has some whiff. It has a lot of whiff, actually. Look, I can't move for that long. I think the biggest problem is the whiff, but if you are sure that either someone's going to attack you or approach you, this move is insane. Like, you get a free combo starter, you get a counter, which not many people have in this game, so people aren't really used to that shit. It's also worth noting that whenever you run the perk, you'll teleport behind them whenever you do this, which is kind of nuts. And then look at this whenever you have the focus meter. Look at how insane that is. I teleported to him. Like, I'm saying, with this perk, I'm genuinely thinking this move could be insane. Like, so, y'all, test out this move. Try to see if you can get some crazy combos out of it, because I genuinely think this move has so much potential, and I think that it could be the key to using his focus correctly, which I'll get into now. So whenever Samurai Jack gets attacked, he has basically a meter you need to keep track of. Basically like Cloud Limit from Smash Bros. Ultimate. You cannot charge it on its own though, which is the only main differential of it. So look, if I attack someone, or as you guys saw just before, if he attacks me, then I will get some meter at the bottom. I will get some focus meter, right? So the thing about the focus meter is that you get it about probably twice a stock, give or take. Like, every time I played Samurai Jack, I got it about twice a stock usually. So with this meter specifically, the thing about it is, like, I really only ever found a lot of usage usually just came from the side B. Like, focus side B for what it is. This move right here. Okay, look at this. It's a faster normal side B, right? But on top of that, it's got an extremely uncontestable hitbox and is less punishable. And if that's not enough, kills earlier. So it's one of the most insane moves in the game. So it's pretty hard not to sit here and want to just use his focus side B. But you should acknowledge his down B has a projectile he shoots out of it whenever you use it. His up B does more damage and it's armored whenever you have focus. And I'm pretty sure the neutral special just literally, like you guys saw, just teleports you to them and then can kill them really early. Oh, and last one I forgot to mention, the grab does more distance, and I think it's armored, or it's already armored usually, but yeah. So yeah, his focus meter is pretty pivotal to his game plan because it kind of like makes him kill easier, but like, I don't know, I feel like every time I don't use focus side B, I kind of like pinch myself a little bit. I'm like, dude, I should have just focused side B. Like, it genuinely is just such a good option. It does so much damage. It applies weaken. Like, I don't know. You guys let me know in the comments what you guys think, but I genuinely think focus side B is one of his best options. You're not really rewarded very often for doing much else with it. But the other thing I want to talk about is whenever you have some focus meter, and this is especially true if you have the perk on that allows you to have focus meter after you die. Let me get some up real quick so I can show you what I'm talking about. Here we go. Okay, yeah, so look. What you can do in between stocks, which I find kind of cool, is you can crouch, And as you can tell, you can use about a quarter of your focus meter to get 2 gray health. And again, it does not let me do this whenever I do not have enough focus. I can't do the meditation state. Do I think this is worth it? No, not really. Well, let's be honest. I think the focus meter is worth it enough to where you can't really justify spending a quarter of it for 2 health. I mean, that's kind of nuts in my opinion. I feel like the side B outvalues itself, and the pressure of having focus itself is just so insane. Like, people are way more scared of you whenever you have focus because you can just throw out that side B anytime. It's kind of like Shaggy Charge. Like, it's just free pressure. Like, I don't know. I feel like it's no reason not to just focus on your bar. But anyway, that's pretty much all I have for Samurai Jack as of right now. I definitely want to make more videos on him and try to show you guys more on what to do with him. But as of right now, that's pretty much what I learned from day 1 and 2 playing him. I still want to drop some more videos. I think he's going to be my secondary character for now. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.